What up, y'all? Can y'all hear me? What's going on? What's going on? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, y'all can hear me now. Good evening. Good evening. I had to connect my mic, but what's going on, everybody? What's going on? I see you, Miss Didi. I see you, Sean. I see you, Fly Girl Speaks. I see you, Ham Sandwich. Fly Girl Speaks says this story broke my heart. My son knew this young lady. Listen, it is very sad. Um, So what's crazy about it? First of all, I just want to give this trigger warning. This is a case of DV, okay? And we can only go based off of what information is being told to us. So we're gonna go over a couple of articles um, of the information that is at hand. And I've seen a couple of TikTok videos, I've seen a couple of Facebook posts in regards to this as well. And it is very sad. And I kept seeing it. And I was like, you know what? I really do want to talk about this because I do feel like, it needs to be talked about, right? So we are here. Brown Mama, what's going on? She said, I'm glad to hear your voice. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Um, what's going on, everybody? So here's what I do want to say before we get into everything. What's going on, IPV? What's going on? What's going on? Listen, if you are not subscribed to the backup channel, please make sure you subscribe to the backup channel. That is where we'll be talking like politics and other things. If you are interested, please make sure that you subscribe there. Also, to make sure you are a part of the membership here in Patreon because we do have exclusive and different content coming. And so, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So make sure you get subscribed. And we got some dope things coming. So I want to get into this story, Gennia Grimes. Okay, I believe that's how you say it. I hope I'm not saying it. They'll correct me in the comment section if they feel like I've said it wrong. They feel like I've done it on purpose, but I promise it's not. Gennia, I've heard it pronounced different ways. Is why I'm saying that. So listen, I want to get into this unfortunate story. This young lady, you know, man, a Alabama State University student, and she unfortunately was unalived. Okay, she was unalived, and a pow pow, with a pow pow. This man tried to say in the beginning that she caused her own death. She did it herself, and come to find out that's not true. Okay. And so he has now been charged with capital unaliving in the case of this. And this happened in a car, y'all. It's just so unfortunate. So we're gonna get into it. What's going on, everybody that is coming in? Let me share this. Let's see. Yeah, my prayers go out to the family. Um, because one thing about it, baby, I know that this is not it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? So prayers out to the family for sure because again, y'all, it's a DV case, so it's near and dear to me in a sense to where I want families who have to go through this to get the proper justice that they actually deserve. Like y'all just listen, if it's nothing like your it's already hard enough, right, when a loved one is taken from you or you feel like they're taken from you for like health issues, growing older, whatever the case may be, right? But then to experience a loss where someone literally takes someone's life, y'all, it is a pain that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. It's a pain that never freaking goes away. I'm just gonna keep it all the way 1,000. Wow, it's a pain that never goes away. And so when I hear a lot of black women going through DV situations and knowing that it's not necessarily easy to get out. Like I can post uh this image here, and I mean, okay, granted, it's a resource, right? It's a resource. But the sole thing is it's much easier, or it's much harder to get out of a situation that you are in versus it being easy to just call this number or to text this hotline. Like I know that this conversation may be triggering to people, and it may not. Child. Okay, I'm back. So basically, I don't know where I left off at, but what I was saying was, it's super hard, to in a lot of situations, it's hard for someone to get out of the situation, right? And it's so easy to provide these resources and say, hey, listen, make these calls, make this text, do whatever. But a lot of times it's tough. It's tough to get out of the situation. And I tend to try to have grace on the fact that it, let me tell you something. Again, it's a pain that I wouldn't wish on anybody. And it really does suck. Like it sucks um to discuss these things, but they are happening a lot. And unfortunately, we have to talk about them, right? I feel like these things need to be made aware of, um because every domestic violence survivor, and yes, I said the entire word, they deserve justice. They deserve to be put in a place where, at least at some part in their life, they feel safe, they feel comfortable. It's just crazy. It really is. So anyway, hey Brittany, yes, it was with a sickness. You have time to say, yeah, you have time to say goodbye. But when somebody is taken from you, it's a pain that I wouldn't wish on anybody. I wouldn't wish it on anybody, man. It's a pain that just, and you know, the hardest thing also to see is if you have a sibling that has passed away from something like this, and you see your parent trying to hold on to a lot of things. Yo, it's another type of feeling too. Like, and again, I I don't know. It's just another feeling that you really can't describe. It's a hurt that you just don't wish on anybody, right? I don't. At least I don't. I don't. So let's get into this. Boyfriend charged in unaliving a beloved Alabama State dancer, Gennia Grimes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. A capital unaliving warrant has been issued in the shooting death of his girlfriend, a beloved Alabama State University dancer, Roger McLeod Jr., 20 years old. And from my understanding, he was also on the football team. Like I know they were saying that he had a great life ahead of him, and like, like, dude, this was coward ass behavior. So let's keep going. He is charged with slaying 21-year-old Gennia Grimes, a member of ASU's Honeybees dance team. McLeod was arrested Friday and is being held without bond in a Montgomery County detention facility. The investigation began on March the 27th when Montgomery County Sheriff deputies were dispatched to a report of a person pow-powed on Highway 80 East in the Wake community of Pike Road. Grimes of Georgia, so she was a Georgia, she was born and raised in Georgia, was treated by medics by on the scene and was then airlifted to the hospital where she was pronounced unalived a short time later. The sheriff's office immediately launched an investigation, and authorities said that there were conflicting stories about what happened to McLeod or for McLeod, who was in the vehicle with Grimes at the time of the shooting. And again, he was trying to say that she did it. He was trying to pin this, and that's another type of nasty too. Like, nigga, oh, excuse me. Like, dude, please. You know, I don't want to trigger this video too much, y'all. But I just this is just insane. He kept telling them that she did it. Crazy. So hold on one second, y'all. I need to 1 second. Okay. All right, so let's get back into it. Wait, what happened? Oh, I accidentally closed it. No. Oh, yes, I did. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, here we go. All right. So, all right. 1 second here. Get back to where I was. Okay. Grimes of Georgia was treated by medics. Okay, I read that part. The sheriff's office immediately launched an investigation, and authorities said that there were conflicting stories about what happened to McLeod, who was in the vehicle with Grimes at the time of the shooting. The evidence just wasn't linking up the way he described it, said Sheriff Derek Cunningham. Assistant Chief Wesley Richardson said investigators have been diligently working on the case for more than a week. This case involves DV, where a young innocent woman who was unalived at the hands of her boyfriend, Richardson said. To protect the integrity of the case, we have not publicly discussed the details of the investigation. However, please do not confuse our silence with inaction, Richardson said. We have worked together and put together evidence and to determine the facts surrounding Gennia's death. Again, a coward dude that I don't care what happened. I don't care what happened. You did not have to unalive that girl whatsoever. And then again, you yes, they have left behind a child. She just had a child last year. She just had a child last year. So the baby is not even 2 years old. I mean, like, come on, bro. She just had a baby last year. Sheriff's office investigators, crime scene technicians, and criminal analysts have worked diligently over the past week to ensure the truth was exposed, he said, and the suspect was arrested for his terrible crime. The Montgomery County District Attorney's Office and the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency State Bureau of Investigations worked alongside sheriff investigators. Grimes was studying criminal justice, God dog, at ASU She was set to graduate in August. I mean, my God, man, that just that I don't know. It just it just took that's crazy, man. That is crazy. My heart really goes out to her family, to her line sisters, to her friends. Um, she didn't deserve this. I don't care what anybody did. They do not deserve this type of stuff. Like, this is sad. She just called her mom earlier to say um, her college tuition money was missing, that the family had sent her. All he had to do was tell the truth and let her decide if she wanted to stay. Yeah. Like, and again, there is a lot of, I won't, well, I'm just going to say allegedly. There's kind of a lot going on when it comes to this particular case. But bottom line, Brown Mama kind of summed it up. There was some money that came up missing, and clearly he didn't tell the truth. And the fact of the matter is, when they first opened the investigation, he was saying different things. Like, he wasn't being forthcoming about the truth, which is now again him trying to frame this on her unaliving herself, and that wasn't the case. He did it, but he claimed that she did it, and so now they have charged him with capital unaliving. Like, you didn't have to take this baby's money, nor did you have to take her life. You didn't have to do any of that. Like, it. This is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And again, I started seeing it everywhere, and I'm like, you know what? I got to talk about this story because again, it's another story of DV, and it just don't have to end this way. It don't, man. It don't. A real coward. Like, I wish I could say what I want to on this live, but I'm already knowing that it's triggering for certain words that we've already said. But my God, man, it's like, oh, listen, again, the pain of someone being taken away from you is a different type of pain. And so my prayers go out to the mother and her parents, her siblings, friends, other family members. I really do pray for them because this is crazy. This is crazy. Hey Mimi, hey everybody that came in. Please, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I want to get this young baby story out there so that people can begin to talk about it, bring light to it, because again, we're sending condolences and prayers to the family. I believe her funeral is going to be Saturday. Um, there in, I believe, I don't know if it's going to be in Atlanta. I mean, in Georgia, or if it's going to be in if it's going to be in Alabama. But she was also set to graduate this August, which is sad, and she did leave behind um a, I don't know if the baby, I don't think the baby has turned 2 yet. She had the baby last year. So it's just it's sad. It's sad. He needs to be up under the jail. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um my question is, was my question, what was he doing with a pow pow? I get it wasn't even registered. It wasn't even a I bet it wasn't even a registered pow pow. Listen, um, I don't know either. Coward men that move this way. I mean, you can't really expect anything different from them. You can't really expect an explanation on why they're carrying what they're carrying around her, because I would wonder, also, like, who just, I mean, a shotgun to, well, not in this particular case, but like, how do you explain someone walking around with like a shotgun? Like, I don't know. It just, again, it just feels crazy when these types of things happen, because it's like, I, mm, it'd be a lot of questions that don't get answers. Okay, they don't get answers. I don't care if you go through trial, you still feel like you don't get any answers. You know what I mean? So anyway, blessings to this family. Prayers out to them because, again, I know this has to be hard. Um, it has to be hard also seeing it on your local news and knowing people know you, and it is, it's tough. It's tough. Then she was getting ready to graduate, and then she leaves behind the baby as well. Man, the baby don't got the daddy or the mama. Be clear. Be clear. I wish we can break these. I wish when we sit up saying we breaking generational curses and things of that sort. I wish we would do this. Stop taking these parents away from these babies. Both parents, both parents. Because in most of the cases, it's always a baby dad, a husband, or somebody like that that you share these children with, and then when you unalive their mom, now they have to live without their dad, or however it goes. If the dad did it to the mom, I mean, or if the mom did it to the dad, like, they don't have anybody at that point. Like, it just be a lot. Yeah, they're gonna have to relive it back at trial. That's also one of the worst feelings as well. Just sitting back, waiting and hoping that justice is served, or that you even feel like justice is served. Like, now, I mean, capital unaliving, and he gonna have to really. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Um, I just 9 month old. The baby is 9 months. The baby is 9 months old, so not even a year old yet, y'all. Our family is raising funds to cover funeral expenses and support efforts to bring her 9 month old baby home so he can say goodbye to his mother. And I'm sure the reason why they're saying this is because clearly this happened maybe in Alabama, since she was there for school, and they're back in Georgia. And that's why they're saying send the baby home. Because clearly the dad can't. Oh man, and ain't no telling what the case is with the baby. Like, we don't know who the baby could be with. Like, that is freaking awful, bro. Um, I do see they have a GoFundMe. I wonder if I click this link. Okay. They do have a GoFundMe. I don't know, I always tell you guys, make sure you do research, and do at your own leisure, but I'll put it in the chat as well, because I do, hold on, y'all. Hey, Color Me Entertain. Oh, y'all seeing my business. Let me paste it. Uh-oh. There we go. It ain't nothing I care about y'all not seeing anyway. Okay, so I just, again, I if you guys again, do your research. Just make sure that you are clicking on the right thing and all of that. But if you would like to donate, they do have a goal of 50K. So I just wanted to make sure that I do my due diligence and making sure that I share this with you. Of course, you can see the story of hers here. They do have some pictures and different things like that. And again, I believe her funeral is set for Saturday. Yeah, I believe her funeral is set for Saturday. And y'all also remember something too. Like, when these GoFundMe goes up, I know that they said that they're looking for funds for funeral expenses and all of that. But y'all also have to remember too, baby, you gotta pay attorneys and all kind of things outside of just, funeral expenses. Like, you have to pay for a lot of things. And um I just want people to keep that in mind too. You know what I'm saying? Keep that in mind when you donate, or yeah, when you donate to things like this. Just keep in mind that expenses keep going even after you lay that person to rest. So let's always remember that. Sitting in trial, color me entertained. What's going on? What's going on? Sitting in trial, watching that mofo. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. With my sisters, it was so crazy because we had been through it before. We had been through it before. I told you I've lost 3 sisters to DV, so we had been through it before. But it's the coaching that they give you before you go into the courtroom, and it's like they don't want you to show any emotion. If you do show emotion, depending on how stern or how the judge is, they may ask you to step out. Some they just you really have to be careful with the things that you do while you're in the courtroom. And what I what I disliked the most was having to see the person. So somebody said it in the IPV said it in the chat. Having to see that person day after day as the trial goes on, and you just get more and more angry with how things go. Let me tell you, I don't wish that pain on nobody. It sucks. It sucks, yo. It's just like you sitting there really just trying to keep it together because you got to keep it together, or something else end up happening. You got to keep it together. You got to keep it together. I'm telling y'all, it's something crazy. It's something crazy. And then when they sitting with their back facing you, and then they have the nerve to turn around, you be wanting to say, "Bitch, you better turn." It's not a good feeling at all. So I pray for the family, for the mother, for this baby not even a year old yet, y'all. And I'm not sure by the sound of it. I'm hoping and praying that that baby was not present when that pow pow went off. Oh my god. Oh, that's what kind of makes this even hurt a little bit more too. 9 months old. I think I read the baby. He took the baby to the mother's house. I don't know, but I'm hoping that baby did not witness or did not see this or was not around when this happened. Um, oh Jesus, I'm telling y'all. Whew, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine with that baby 9 months old. I'm hoping that that baby did not see or hear or was around when this happened. I'm prayerful, Didi, that what you saying, um, that is true. Um, let's see. She was the youngest in her family. Their miracle baby, full of kindness. I was trying to see if it mentioned anything about that. It, I'm. It doesn't say it in this particular article, but I'm hoping and praying that that is true. That the baby was with his mother or something. I don't know. I don't even know if you trust the mama. Listen, I don't know. Things be going through my head, but in all seriousness, I'm praying for this family. I'm hoping that more people talk about this case. I really do. I hope more people talk about it because I do believe that it needs to be talked about. I will put the GoFundMe. The GoFundMe is in the chat, but I will also put it in the description box of this video, so that people can, do as they please to the GoFundMe if they would like to help in any sort of way. Again, I do believe this young lady's funeral is Saturday. Let me see. Let me see here. Okay, this is her obituary. So yeah, her funeral is this Saturday at Antioch Baptist Church. Okay. And it looks like it's gonna be in Atlanta. Okay. Look like it's gonna be in Atlanta. So yeah, that's why I'm sure that's why they were saying that. So maybe his mother lives in um lives in Alabama. Maybe he's from Alabama. I don't know. I don't know too much about him. Don't could care less, honestly. But um, and then they're having her viewing and stuff on Friday. So again, prayers out to her family and loved ones, for sure. Let's see. Yeah, that just I don't know. It breaks my heart for that poor baby. Um, all right, y'all. So again, I wanted to make sure that I bring you guys this story. I was gonna do a pre-recorded video, and then I was like, no, I want to go live. I think this deserves a live. So, again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. Please, again, share this. Don't I don't mind if you share it. So again, that the story gets out. And that so people can start talking about it. Okay. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will check you all later. Bye.